guys, welcome back to our channel. We are back with another Disney video, and this is 2Max Tribe. We thank you so much for tuning into our channel. I'm Stuart.
I'm Joelle, and we also have my family with us.
I'm Luke.
I'm Sue.
And I'm Don.
All right, and as always, guys, make sure you check out our social media stuff. We'll just show up at the bottom of the screen. It'll probably cover up Joelle's face. But anyway, check that out, and thanks so much for following all of that. So, Joelle, you want to explain what it is we're covering today?
Sure. Today we are talking about Disney Day 5, but the full 4th day. So our 4th full day. If you want to check out our other Disney videos, our playlist, Disney playlist, is linked below in the description. But today is all about Magic Kingdom. And so we kind of decided to go over this day by category. So we're gonna start with the attractions. So like that's all the rides or shows or things like that we did today in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. So I guess we'll start with just the attractions we went to. So this would include any rides or shows or whatever else that we went through. I have to remember what we went through here.
Right here.
All right, so one of the rides we went on, and this is one that when we were there 2 years ago we went on, and that's Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, which is an interactive shooting ride.
Yeah, it's almost like you're inside of a video game.
Yeah.
So,
Joelle cheated.
Even went, I was told by so many people, you have to do this one ride.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah. So I know that as we went through, Joelle cheated. That's what she does.
'Cause I won.
But I
you guys
beat
do
you.
Yeah, you did. And we have a couple pictures that we'll put in here of us on the ride.
So yeah, basically it's a dark ride, and you're in a
Like a little car that spins
car.
around.
that you have control over spinning, and that's where Joelle cheated. And your goal is to shoot like targets that have the Zerg emblem on them, in order
With
to
like a little
gain
laser gun.
points. Right. So it's a lot of fun. We enjoyed it the last time we went. We enjoyed it this time as well. And even though Joelle cheated, I just want people to know that you're a cheater. So it's definitely an enjoyable ride, and something that you should definitely do what you can to get on. If you can get a fast pass for it, definitely get it. There's usually always a huge line for it. So Luke, your thoughts on it?
Oh, absolutely. Would do again. It's like, think of it like laser tag, but you're shooting targets in like a black light kind of illuminated space. It's really cool. It was really fun. If there wasn't a line, I'd probably ride it all day.
Yeah.
Yep.
No joke.
Now, Sue and Don, did you guys do that one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And what were your thoughts on it?
I thought it was fun. It took one ride to get used to all the controls and how to spin it and do all that stuff. So the next time we go down there again, we'll know what to expect.
Yeah.
And
They'll be experts.
Well, if you want to, you can Google cheats and learn how to get the high scores.
Yeah, Joelle's a cheater.
Sue was handling the spinning.
Oh.
Oh, no chance.
I go to shoot and all of a sudden we go, whoop.
Yeah. Joelle did to me.
I
Yep.
did that, yep.
No chance.
I didn't win. But I liked that ride so much that I really wanted to go on it a second time, but we just didn't have time.
Yeah. When we were putting this list together of stuff that we did, we didn't realize how much we did at Magic Kingdom that day.
Yeah, I was thinking in my mind when I was going through it, I'm like, well, we didn't really do that much. And then I'm going through the list and I'm like, wow, we actually went through
Magic Kingdom was one of our like packed days.
Yeah, it really was.
We did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and we like literally just brushed the surface. Like there are so many things that we didn't get to do that are like classics.
Right.
So we definitely have to go again.
Uh-oh.
All right. So another ride that Luke, Nikki, myself, and Joelle went on was the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Yeah.
I'm not really a roller coaster person.
Yeah.
But this wasn't like a roller coaster. This was like a family coaster.
So
Yeah.
the weird part of it was the mine car that you're sitting in sways.
Yeah.
So that almost took away like all the stomach like throwing and
Mhm.
like what you feel in your gut when you're on a roller coaster.
Yeah, I thought
Because
would
it like
make
eases you into the
Yeah.
turns
I
almost.
thought it would make it more intense, but I think it made it less intense.
Yeah.
Now you're making me wish I would have gone on.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
No,
Like,
and it was
worst
real
part-
quick.
yeah, yeah, it
The
was
worst
really
part
short.
of the whole ride had to have been that one spot where you're going up the hill and there's all the creepy looking animatronics. But whatever.
Yeah.
It was fun and it was cute, and I would ride it again, but I wouldn't wait in like hours long
No.
line to do it.
Mm.
No. If it was like a fast pass or 15-minute wait, sure.
Right.
And I will say, being a bigger guy, the carts are not that roomy. Like, it was a very tight fit.
Yeah, but the thing was, it was tight on like your legs, like where the bar
Right.
came down.
Mhm.
That's where it was tight. It
Yeah.
wasn't like if you were tall, I think it'd be tough too.
Right, it would be tough at that
There, with where they had you stow your backpack too, it was where your feet go.
Yeah.
So if you had anything with you, any foot room that you would have had was just gone,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which definitely made it tighter.
Right. But as far as like a family coaster type thing, I think it's enjoyable. I think kids would love it. And we do believe that, like, we rode towards the front of the car, or the,
I
Yeah, I think you
believe
guys were in the front.
I was in the very front
and we were in
car.
the second
we were
row.
like sidecar. So we think that if you're in the back, you actually get more of the experience
Maybe.
than where we were, because the first drops or any of the drops were really slower when you're in the front than they would have been in the back.
I don't know. I think it still accelerated pretty
Yeah.
good once you got just over the crest. It took you.
But definitely worth one ride, I
Yep.
think, at least if
And then-
you're into that. Then what?
Oh, then when we were on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Mom and Dad rode Peter Pan's Flight. Do you guys want to talk about that?
That was a very family-friendly kiddie ride.
It's supposed to be like a classic. Like I think it might be one of like the opening day attractions. If not, it's an older, like a
Right.
more classic
You
attraction.
get in that cart and it makes you feel like you're Peter Pan floating over the city and going to Never Land and flying.
So, as somebody that got freaked out on Soarin', Mom, how was this ride?
Right up your alley.
This was definitely much calmer than Soarin', but not as exhilarating as Soarin'.
If you want to hear all about Mom's ride on Soarin', click on the link below. All right, after Peter Pan, we took a nice little trip on the People Mover. So that's like the little open air train car that takes you kind of around Magic Kingdom.
Mhm.
And it's, I don't know if it's not really a ride, but it's
No.
kind of fun to take a seat
Right.
and relax and
It's a nice break
yeah,
in between everything.
It's more of like a scenic tour.
yeah.
of-
Yeah, it
of
takes you
the-
through Space
the
Mountain,
place.
and you go around the park, and
And I think there is like people talking, right? Isn't there
Yeah.
someone like narrating
Yeah.
what you're seeing?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's not exciting by any means, but it's a nice break in the midst.
I
of
like
the day.
it. I don't know. I like it.
So the coolest part of it is how you get up to it, because it's
Yeah.
not an escalator and it's not
Yeah.
stairs.
Yeah.
It's like
A
a
conveyor belt.
magic carpet that takes you just up.
It's like it's an elevated moving sidewalk. Is
Yeah.
what it
Yeah,
is.
okay, that would work.
The
Yeah.
only
So-
thing with this ride, if you want to call it that, is that it still seems very old looking, old stylish. Technology, it just this does not meet with the new Disney.
That's 'cause
There's
it's
just
old.
not a lot of technology to it. It's definitely old school. and
The
it's
cat's
also
doing something
cool.
weird. Sorry.
The cat's playing with the air conditioner. So yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's old. It's
Yeah.
been around for years.
What,
But,
that's
yeah.
what, the people mover.
Yeah.
The People Mover, yeah. I think it's been around for quite some time.
All right.
And then we went to the Hall of Presidents. This was something that when
It
we
was
went,
1967.
yeah. So you're
So
looking
it's
at
been around for a while.
60 years,
That
50
might
years.
be opening day. I think it
Yeah.
opened in the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is an opening day attraction.
Mhm.
Then we went to the Hall of Presidents. This was something we went 2 years ago. We were not able to go to
Because
because
they were adding Donald
they
Trump.
were adding Donald Trump. And they had it reopened, so
Mhm.
we
Well-
were able to do that.
You guys went to
Right.
the Hall of Presidents.
Yeah, Luke and Nikki
Right.
didn't do that.
We went and got turkey legs.
We'll talk about that later.
That's right. So, Don and Sue, if you want to talk about that experience, the Hall of Presidents.
I thought that the animatronics were very, very good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Nikki would not have loved that. Not at all.
No, because
No, that's why we didn't go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
some of them really, you could almost think they were the real person.
Yeah.
Right.
Got up and the
Creepy.
way they talked, and we were somewhere, and they were talking about Abraham Lincoln's head. I think they said that cost over $1 million
Wow.
just for the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I also liked was that when they introduced the beginning, when the cast member came out, they really wanted this to be, it's a respectful time.
Yeah.
It's a sharing of history. And please enjoy the presentation and respect one another around you. And I really appreciated that too, because in today's world,
I think that they had like security guards just in
Right.
case, like
Right.
at all the entrance and exits.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I didn't hear any
No.
disrespectful things or
No,
anything like
no.
that. It was very quiet. Everyone listened and paid attention. And in our climate, it can be rough with that. But yeah, I thought it was a decent show.
Yeah, and all the animatronics were cool.
Mhm.
And then when at the end, when all the different presidents kind of had a quote or something that they said, it was kind of neat trying to pick out who was who,
Yeah.
figure that out.
Yeah, so it was just definitely worth watching at least once
Yeah.
to get
Oh,
a
yeah.
feel and idea. Because I know that Walt Disney was like big into
Patriotism.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So definitely worth.
America.
Yeah, definitely worth giving it a watch there. So
And now that we've talked about something serious, let's talk about Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor.
The
That was
best show ever.
that was the show that you went in and sat, and then the screen told jokes, but then it also kind of interacted with people sitting in the audience.
Mhm.
That always makes us nervous, us specifically, because like I don't want to be picked as a person that they talk to.
I got picked.
You always get picked.
No, I don't.
I
This is
feel
the
like
first time I got
You had a Monsters University
Yeah.
hat on.
That's
true.
Obviously, it's going right to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I got labeled as like a Monsters University exchange student or something like that.
Yeah, that's
So-
funny.
Yeah, it's a cute show.
it was so awesome because they were so interactive, so right on with every person that was in the audience that they engaged with. And it kept moving. And every time you turned around, it was a laugh. It was awesome. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, but as Joel said, just be ready. If you don't like being the center of attention, which I don't care for it, but it happens. You know, they usually pick one person in the audience, and you're now a running joke. So just be
Through the
ready for that.
whole show.
So-
That one
What?
guy.
Yeah,
Wasn't it that called that guy?
Yeah.
Did they call him
this
that
guy or something like that.
This guy. But it doesn't matter what age group you're in, you will have full-on belly laughs for a lot of the show. It's definitely worth going to.
And because they do take jokes from, like, when you're standing in the queue, you have the opportunity to like text in jokes and stuff like that. So the show's different every time, which is neat. That
Yeah,
they have
that
the
is fun.
technology to be able to do that. So yeah, that's just a fun experience.
I think what gets me more is that they have the cast members behind the scenes doing that amount of improv that quick
Right.
and making it that funny.
Yeah. Yeah. So a really good show. And then the last ride that we went on, which Joel and I went on, but I don't think the rest of you did, we got a fast pass for it later on in the night, was Haunted Mansion.
Yep.
Didn't do that.
And
Yeah, no.
I love this ride. I think it's probably my favorite at Magic Kingdom. I don't know why, it's just neat. I think
There's
it's just,
so much to see, and every time you go on it, you see something you didn't see before because there's just so much detail in the ride. And even the queue, the line that you're waiting in is neat. There's like things that move and funny quotes,
Right.
and it's really
Yeah,
good.
I mean, we had the fast pass, so we
Yeah.
missed a lot of the queue stuff, but you know, it's worth, I think, waiting in line just once to go through
Yeah.
all of that and
And
see it all.
I think in front of us, I think it was a dad and two kids, and there was a girl who maybe was like 10-ish.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm so nervous. Is this going to be really scary? She's like, I don't want it to be really scary. And we're like, don't worry. It's not that scary. It's more funny.
Right.
It's a little creepy at the beginning when they do like the stretching room, like the
Yeah.
room that stretches. And there's like a spooky guy talking. But it's not
Right.
scary at all. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's just a neat ride. Just a fun experience.
And
to
it's
go
fun
on.
knowing the backstory, because the backstory is that there's a woman who keeps getting married and then killing her husbands. And each picture that shows her with the husband, she gets richer and richer.
Just imagine that only family friendly.
Yeah.
Family friendly Alfred Hitchcock, guys. We're going for here.
Yeah, so just a fun experience. You know, for us anyway, it's a ride that, at least for me, I don't know about Joel, but you have to go on once.
Yeah, I think so.
When you go down to Disney, and it's another like opening day.
Yep, original
Ride. So definitely worth checking that out if you get down there.
Yeah, so those were the attractions that we saw that day, which I think for like the 7 or so hours that we spent at Magic Kingdom, like we did really good.
Yeah.
That was quite a few. The next thing we want to kind of just touch on is the shopping. We have some footage of one of the stores that we'll throw in while we talk about it. But what did you guys think about the shopping? Maybe specifically at Magic Kingdom, because we did some of that, and then overall the whole trip.
Disney loves to have you shop. There is a shop every 5 feet. If you want it, it's there for you to buy it. You just have to want to pay the price.
Well, that's the other part of it. I was expecting to go into it and like, oh, this mug's gonna be $40. It was like 20 to 25. So it wasn't as bad as I was expecting, but I mean, it's still more than you're gonna pay if you go to Target.
So
But,
Yeah, well, yeah.
but
Or if you
It's
order
all-
on Amazon.
yeah, that too. But it's all color coded with a price to that color. So you just look and you're like, oh, it's blue. Hopefully that's the cheap one. Skip your band, and hopefully it says accepted. Good enough.
So what you're saying is go in expecting the worst, and then you're pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, like I bought a backpack, I think in Star Wars, and it wasn't the cheapest, but it was less than I was expecting when I walked up to look at the price.
Yeah, and I think when we went 2 years ago, we were, we didn't buy a whole lot. Like, we were very cautious.
Yeah.
And I was kind of sad when we got home that we didn't have more memories. Like, we only had a couple things. We had a couple mugs, and I think we got, like, towels and pot holders or something. And I was like, man, like, we should have, like, I would love to have had a t-shirt from this or something for this. So this time we went and we were like,
Corrected that this time.
we'll just buy whatever we want.
No, I don't
I
need to
think
pack
maybe we need
t-shirts. I'll
something.
buy them when I'm there. Good enough.
So I think maybe next time we'll land somewhere in the middle.
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll
Ew.
see.
Depends on if you go to the outlets again or not.
Exactly, which I highly
I'll tell
recommend.
you one thing, the coffee that they had at one of the stores, excellent coffee.
And I think Mom said you said that was like the Disney brand coffee, like it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that worked out really well because I bought it and thought, I don't want to have to carry it around. Took it to the counter. The guest services said, okay, we'll send it to your,
Room?
and we'll just pick it up tomorrow. And it worked out
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah, that's the nice thing. That's a service that Disney offers because they realize you're going to spend time in the park. You don't want to lug bags
Well,
everywhere.
and you're also more likely to spend more money if you don't have to carry it.
Yeah.
That's where
So,
it gets deadly.
You have that feature to let the people know that you'd like it sent to your hotel room. And usually it takes anywhere from a day or two to get there.
Yeah, and it actually goes to the gift shop at your resort, and then you just pick it up at the gift shop, which is like the main hub of your resort.
Isn't
And
Disney
you have-
smart? Because now they're putting you into another gift
Gift
shop.
shop. Yeah, that's so true. But yeah, that is a really nice feature that we did kind of want to mention. So
It was worth
Um,
it.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as far as the sticker shock, we watch enough
Yeah,
like,
watch YouTube videos.
YouTubers
That'll help.
that spend a lot of time at Disney, and they're always like, this is how much this is, and so we go down there. We're not as shocked by it, so watch a few of those before you head down.
So you're not surprised.
So you have an idea of what to expect when you go down there.
Yeah.
So
So that's kind of a little overall of the shopping that we did on our trip. Just some impressions of it.
and we'll link the haul video down below so you can get a look at
Everything that we bought.
everything that we bought there. So
Do you want to bring this up?
yeah,
Kind
because
of
we
the
talked
shopping.
in our haul video, we talked about the mugs, and we showed the one that Joel got, which was the Skyliner. And so Luke's got the other one that could be an upgrade if you have the Disney dining.
Yeah, that was an
plan.
extra $10 if you weren't on the Disney dining plan.
But
And
not
it is
every resort had them. So
It is.
like,
well
review-
worth the $10 upgrade.
right?
But
So the
I
resort-
ended up searching for this.
Yeah.
An extra 45-minute walk to go to a resort to get
Yeah.
the Star Wars
Yeah.
one.
The resort we were staying at only had the Skyliner mugs,
Right.
So where did you get that one? Was that at the Riviera that you had to go to?
That was the Riviera because it was right by the Skyliner entrance for Epcot.
Yeah.
So we walked all the way in. I mean, it was at the end of the day, so it probably wasn't a 45-minute walk, but it felt like it. It felt like every bit of 45 minutes.
Well, we were looking at you took pictures of your Fitbit.
Yep.
And the one picture that you had sent to us, I think we walked 10 miles that day.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of walking.
Yeah. Legitimately a minimum of 20,000 steps per day.
Yep.
And that's, mind you, with one day being more of a relax and go back to the hotel room and chill. Yeah. I think we still put in like 18 or 19,000 steps that day.
Lots of walking. That's how you can eat whatever you want. Which segues into our next category, which is
That's
food.
Not true. You can't eat whatever you want still.
Well, you're burning a lot of calories.
Yeah, but man, I can cram them in too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can counteract 6,000 calories with one meal at Disney, so that's not a problem.
Very easily.
So let's talk about the food we ate that day. Our first stop was Be Our Guest for breakfast. So if you guys remember...
the atmosphere was cool and the touch screens were terrible.
Yeah. I feel like that hasn't changed in the 2 years since we were there.
It was the same way when we went.
We had to fight with those touch screens then as well.
Yeah.
Is that quick service?
Breakfast and lunch are quick service. Dinner is table service.
And I think it's two table service credits.
Yeah, it's fancy table service.
It's a prefix menu now, I think.
At dinner.
At dinner.
Yep.
Here's the thing about Be Our Guest. The food is not amazing.
But it is expensive. So it's a great value if you're on the meal plan.
Not great, but it's expensive. Yeah. Really, it's the atmosphere.
That's really what you're paying for.
You're there for. So we ate in the ballroom.
Yeah, we ate in the main ballroom.
The picture hall, maybe? Where all the pictures are and the statue of Belle and the Beast dancing.
Like the music box or whatever it is. So I don't know what that's called. And then you have the West Wing, which is dark and...
Yeah, where the Beast lives.
It's where they have the rose.
You should have a picture or two of that from me. Honestly, though, the pictures don't do it justice.
It looks way
really
cooler.
Cool.
Yeah.
And, the nice thing is when you go there, you can just explore the different rooms that you can eat in, even if you're not sat in there. But it's just a cool, environment. It's kind of like with regards to Coral Reef. Like, Coral Reef is neat as far as a location because you have the aquarium wall.
Yeah.
But if I were paying out of pocket, this is not where I would go to eat for breakfast or lunch.
Right.
That's just me.
And it was
or dinner for you.
I think. Didn't we really have to wait in line quite a bit
Yes.
in order to get in?
Yeah, you wait in line twice. You wait in line to order your food, and then you have to wait in line to get seated at a table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's largely because of the kiosk issues. You're waiting for people to put their orders in, and
the
if you have
screen
someone
won't let you put your order in.
Right.
And if you have someone that doesn't know what a touch screen is, then they'll stare at it for 20 minutes before getting anywhere with it. So just be prepared to wait for a little bit. Whether you have a reservation or not, it's gonna be a
little bit of a wait. Yeah.
But yeah, the food's not great, but the building itself is neat.
The wait in that line, though, is a really good opportunity to take a bunch of awesome selfies.
Yeah.
Because that whole hallway was awesome.
Yeah, that was fun.
Right. So that was breakfast.
Yep. And then we stopped at Sleepy Hollow, where we got the spicy chicken and waffle sandwich and a lemonade with a raspberry foam or something on it.
Right.
And that's when Luke and Nikki also got the turkey leg.
Yeah. And the chicken and waffle sandwich was delicious. It was real. This was Sleepy Hollow, you said, is where it was. So it was just, a nice blend of sweet and spicy. There was a coleslaw on it, which was nice. Brought kind of like a cooling effect to it. It was well worth it. I don't believe it was a snack credit. I think we paid out of pocket for that.
Yeah, or we used a quick service. I don't remember.
I don't remember what it was, but it was well worth trying. And they had another one that was like a sweet.
Yeah, it's Nutella and fresh fruit, which we didn't get, but that would probably be good too.
Yeah, because who wants fresh fruit? Um, you want fried chicken and waffles?
Fried
is what you
chicken.
want.
Or turkey leg.
But yeah, that was like the one thing at Disney that I really
Really
wanted to try, and it was well worth it. So, yeah.
How was that turkey leg?
Yep.
So that turkey leg, where we got it from, was a snack credit, and it's normally like $12.
Wow.
So it is absolutely worth it to use a snack credit on.
Yeah.
We split it, and there was still enough for probably another full-grown adult to go at it. It was surprisingly really good, though.
Oh yeah.
I want to know where they find those turkeys.
Did it taste
Thank
like
you.
ham?
It did almost taste like ham a little bit. And my guess is because of how they smoke it and
Yeah.
cook it, which I don't care. I'm going to eat another one if I go back.
I think it's
It was
also
delicious.
because- I think it's also because they use male turkeys, so I think the meat might be a little different too. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I've heard. We haven't tried it. I don't
It
know.
is a straight up turkey leg. As you're eating it, you're going to find some stuff in it.
Yeah, I mean,
Just so you're aware.
granted, we've only been to Disney twice, but it's never appealed to me to eat a turkey leg at Disney. So
Was it
Yeah.
messy? Like juicy?
You're going to want to take a couple napkins. It's not too bad.
Okay.
You are
Oh.
going to get some stuff on you a little bit, but if you take a couple napkins, you keep it in the paper that it's wrapped in, you'll do all right.
Yeah.
The birds around you will probably try to eat some of it too. That'll happen.
Yeah. And then the other snacks that we got that day was the ice cream.
are
Or
you going to talk about the lemonade that
Oh.
you got at Sleepy Hollow?
yeah, I can't remember what the flavor of the foam on top was. If I look it up, we'll stick it in the description or we'll put it in here somewhere.
Yeah.
But it was nice. It was fruity. It was refreshing. It wasn't too sweet. Like it was still tart, which I liked. Yeah, it was good, and I would definitely get it again.
Yeah, if I tried it, I don't remember it. So
Yeah.
I only remember it because we watched the footage earlier of what it looked like.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But I remember just tasting it, and it was delicious.
Yep.
Yep.
And something that's a little bit different than just getting like a soda.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, now on to the other, which is the ice cream or the flavored Dole Whips.
Dole Whip.
None of us tried the original. I don't think we didn't get the pineapple flavored, but we got two different flavors, I think. I got the cotton candy cone, which was the
And-
blue one, and then
the
we
one-
also got the Peter Pan float, which was the lime on top of Sprite.
Yes.
And then Luke and Nikki got. Do you get lime as well?
Yeah, we got the lime as well,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
Yeah.
Dole
was
Whip.
good.
Just if you see Dole Whip, just go buy it and eat
Yeah.
it because you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think I remember the cotton candy one was a bit too sweet for my taste.
I really liked
like
it.
it was super
And I
sweet.
think I ate most of it.
You
Or
did
all
eat
of
most of it. And I'm pretty sure not only was it just straight sugar Dole Whip, but it also came with little hard
Mhm.
sugar candies on it.
Nicky's.
So
Yeah.
you could eat your sugar while you're eating your sugar. So
I think it would be a highlight of any kids
But
menu.
But
take
yeah,
a
I
lot of
think
insulin first.
the lime Peter Pan float was pretty good though, and
Yeah.
it's got more of a citrus taste, so it's
It's harder, not quite as sweet.
yeah, right.
But it was a
But
good
the-
balance
but
of tart and sweet. It was
Everybody does say when you go to Disney, Dole Whip is a must.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any video.
I've been there twice and have yet to have it.
The original.
The original Dole Whip. So
Third time's a charm.
we fail at things.
All right, and then the last thing that we had that day was dinner at Ohana. So that was the one where they came around with the meat on the
Oh.
skewers.
shrimp for days. Just
Oh,
eat all the shrimp.
That was one I felt that was one of our better restaurants. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. She gave you, I mean, she just kept pulling off that skewer and giving you
And
anything
and you
want.
go, give me like 3 more shrimp, and she's like, perfect. Here's 6.
Now, just so we get an idea of what kinds of stuff they served, and we've got footage that'll be in here, but they serve like family style of like appetizers, which
Yeah.
comes with, I think that was the chicken wings and the noodles.
And then there was something else too.
Oh,
There were
that,
three
was,
things.
that was delicious too.
There was
What
the
was the
noodles,
third?
There was a salad.
Yeah, there was a salad.
There was
Yeah.
some
Bread.
kind of veggie and
Yeah.
bread.
Yeah,
And
you'll
then-
see it in the footage. I don't remember what the third thing was, but I think there were 3 or 4 things in the family style.
Oh, there were pot stickers.
That was it. That's what it was.
That's
yeah.
See, you know they were good because I remembered them.
So I think as far,
Second plate.
I think Stu and I each got a second plate.
yeah,
Yeah, pot stickers.
We
yeah.
were like,
Yep.
we'll split one, and she was like, perfect, I'll bring
Yep.
you 2.
Yeah, they were not skimpy on the food at
Not
all.
at all.
So, and as I remember, like all of the appetizers were really good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like the noodles were like a sweet and salty type thing. They were really delicious. The chicken wings were well prepared. They were good.
Yeah.
The pot stickers, as Luke said, we got more, so they were really good.
The
Yeah.
salad was good, was refreshing,
Mhm.
and then the meat they had chicken, shrimp, and steak that they came around that they grill on skewers and then they
All you
No.
could eat. I mean, as much as you wanted, she was there and she just kept bringing it to you.
Now,
yeah.
if I remember right, Luke, was it you and Nikki, or just Nikki that didn't care for the texture of the chicken?
Both of us.
Yeah.
It was a little off as far as the texture to me.
Well,
Not
all of
like
it was like-
bad.
Yeah. It was
But-
all. How was it cooked?
wood fire
Wood
grill?
fire grill or something like that.
So it's over. I think it's charcoal,
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
pretty much, or wood fire, whatever. But it's just like we're talking skewers that are like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
3 feet long, 2.5
loaded.
feet, just
So-
loaded.
It did give the chicken a different texture, however they cooked it. I didn't think it was bad, but if I remember right, the chicken wasn't the highlight for us
No,
when it
the
came
shrimp
to the
and
main.
the steak
Steak
were.
and the shrimp, yep.
Yep.
I mean,
Super
anywhere
good.
you can go and eat $60 worth of shrimp, and they're like, "Excuse me, sir, would you like some more?" It's a
Yeah.
good time.
If you leave that restaurant hungry, you've done something wrong.
Yep.
Right.
Totally.
Definitely.
Right.
You didn't even make it to dessert yet.
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh, the dessert
Right.
was
Oh,
so
it was
good.
so good.
That was, I think it was pineapple bread pudding with ice cream, and then they poured like or was it banana? Why can't I remember?
I don't know. You're terrible with flavoring these
I
things,
know,
though.
gosh.
You kept saying banana was in these things, and it wasn't.
I know it
But-
wasn't in.
Was this one the
I'm gonna
pineapple
Google it.
upside down cake with ice cream and the sauce?
And it was warm. The
It was
sauce
like a
poured-
caramel
poured-
sauce
yeah.
on it. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head, but
Oh,
Delicious.
Mm,
That was really
That
good.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
we're at this awkward point
It's bread pudding with bananas Foster.
Yeah, that's what it
Okay.
I
is.
think,
Yep.
yeah, I think it
So
did
there
have
were
banana.
bananas. I was right.
Yep. And,
yeah, but you
It
kept trying to put
is-
the bananas in the bread.
I know.
and it is amazing.
Yeah, it was so good.
Absolutely
I almost
amazing.
wish I would have skipped dinner and just ate a ton of dessert.
Did I eat dessert? I don't think
No,
I
I
ate
don't
dessert.
think you did.
I was too full from the shrimp.
I will say I did eat one entire almost dessert to myself, and it was
Yeah, because they brought us
That's right.
two.
It was family style. So
no. They brought 3 of them
Is that what it was?
for
Did they?
each of us to split.
Oh, for each couple.
Yeah, they brought 3 of them,
Yeah,
and
that's
this
crazy.
single helping is good for a family of 4. Like, no joke. After you've eaten 8 pounds of shrimp, 4 pounds of steak, they stuff you with
3
Hot-
pounds of pot stickers.
yeah, well, maybe 4, but they're like, here, have some dessert.
I think our waitress was absolutely awesome.
Right.
I don't know if every
She
other
was.
waitress was like ours, but she held nothing back.
Nothing back, and before you were going to ask for it, she brought it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, right on.
she was good.
Yeah, and doing the research, I was a little worried about Ohana because it sometimes gets mixed reviews where people complain about feeling rushed, like
Mhm.
they were rushed through dinner, or people only brought the meat once and then they had to like go looking for someone to bring them more meat, and that was not our experience at
No,
all.
we had to turn her away with the meat.
I know she
Yes.
came up like said
Not
10
anymore?
times,
No, we're done. We're
No,
done.
no joke.
and
It's
then
like,
she still gave you more.
yeah, and she was like, that's fine. Here's 2 of each anyways, and just eat what you
Something
want,
else
and
on
what you
top.
don't, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they gave you like the hot towels
Mhm.
especially if you ate the shrimp because it was like peel and eat shrimp. So they had hot towels for everybody, which was kind of like a nice little touch. Yeah, and I guess I didn't have it on here to talk about, but this was the one time we rode the monorail
Yeah.
to get from Magic Kingdom to the Polynesian, which is where Ohana was.
Yep.
And that was kind of fun. I don't know if that's a highlight, but
No, but it's something that
worth the
it's an
trip
experience.
to the Polynesian, though.
what was that?
It's definitely worth the trip to the Polynesian to go to Ohana.
Yeah,
definitely.
Definitely worth the trip.
yeah. I would say if you're looking for ways to use your meal credits, like your table services, this is one to put on the list.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
you definitely get your fill.
Yeah. All right, so that was pretty much everything we did that day. Do you guys want to give your kind of overall impression of Magic Kingdom? Luke?
Me?
Yeah,
No,
we'll start with you.
go to them. No, go
All
to,
right.
go to them.
Dad?
There you go.
What do you think?
I thought it was fun. I mean, there's a lot, like you said, there's a lot we didn't do,
Mhm.
but there's a lot we did do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I thought it was yeah.
Well, I
Good day.
think it's like iconic Disney World because it's the traditional,
Mhm.
but I really enjoyed some of the other areas that had more technology and more up to date. But then the historical pieces in Magic Kingdom were also pretty cool. So you take what you really like and you run with it, and you just enjoy the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't check out any of the shows or parades for that
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of other stuff there that didn't. As we kind of laid out, we put a lot of stuff into this day, and there was so much stuff that still could have been.
That we just couldn't fit in.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Luke, your turn.
My turn. I mean, we probably only covered what would you say, 20% of Magic Kingdom?
Yeah.
maybe, yeah.
You could spend a whole week there and do something different every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. Like nobody did Small World, did they?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Or-
Absolutely not.
Or Jungle Cruise or Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
You know, all that iconic stuff that everyone's like,
Yeah,
yeah, do. We
right.
didn't do that.
That's a
Yeah.
safari. Is the safari in Magic?
No, we did
No.
that's Animal
Animal
Kingdom.
Kingdom.
That's
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom.
Oh, when you take that boat ride. through
Yeah, that's Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise, yeah.
Jungle Cruise.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we didn't meet Mickey, and
No.
Yeah, we didn't do any of the
a lot of
character
the character stuff
Mhm.
that wasn't done. Just
And like you said, the parades and shows we didn't really do. Stuart and I did stick around for Happily Ever After, which is their nighttime show, and we'll throw a few clips of that into the end here.
yeah.
If
and
you
then
want to see the whole
we're gonna put the whole nighttime show up
as a separate video.
as a separate video, so you can watch that.
And side note, my impression, it was really cool, but I would not stay to watch it again unless I paid to go to a party and had like a seat or a spot for it.
Yeah.
Because we stood there, we held our spot for 25 minutes or whatever, and then 2 minutes before it started, someone came and stood right in front of us and stuck a kid on their shoulders, and
Yeah.
it's like that was really frustrating. So
Mhm.
I wouldn't stick around for it again unless I
Right.
had a specific spot, like paid for the dessert parties that you can pay for, so you have a seat to watch it.
I would agree with that. It's just, and you'll see it if you watch the video, you'll see a sea of like cell phones and people with kids on their shoulders and all
Yeah.
kinds of
So
stuff.
you kind of had
that's
to like
there.
weave in and out of people to find a direct shot. It was tough.
So, but it's a neat show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that does it.
That does it for this one. We have one more full day, which will probably split into 2 videos, and that's what we'll have left. But that is Hollywood Studios. So stick around for the next video with some Star Wars fun stuff.
Yeah. So thanks to Joe's family for hanging out with us
Yeah,
and
thanks,
explaining
guys.
stuff. And thank you all for watching and spending your time with us as well. So until next time, take care, guys, and we will see you then.
Bye.
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 Click that subscribe button.
Thanks, Luke.
Thanks, Luke. Bye, guys.
Hi ho!